Hi, this is Joel Cheeseman of Cheesehead, and I'm joined this morning at the SHRM conference in Chicago with, ta-da, here to my immediate left, and let me make sure I get your long title correct. Senior Vice President, Small Business and Recruitment Advertising, and next to him, Kevin Krim, who you may or may not know, we've sat down with him before in the past, is VP of Product and Strategy for HotJobs. Guys, welcome. Thanks for sitting down with us. Well, let's start quickly with a little introduction of who you are and specifically what you're doing at HotJobs.
Sure. I am Jeff Kinder. It's actually my 1 year anniversary. Just passed my 1 year anniversary with HotJobs.
Congratulations. And where were you before?
I was at Sendin Corporation for 5 years in New York City. The SHRM though is a the first SHRM. My first SHRM show was last year. I was 1 week into the job. So it's a good anniversary to come back. I oversee, in addition to HotJobs, I oversee all of our small business recruitment, small business advertising and services we provide. So that includes domains, hosting, stores, as well as search marketing and display advertising for all small and medium-sized businesses. It's very exciting.
That's a big market, I would assume.
A
lot of opportunity. Great, great.
Hi, I'm Kevin Krim. I am Vice President of Product and Strategy for HotJobs. I've been at HotJobs a couple of years. Prior to joining this, I worked in blogging and communities as General Manager of LiveJournal.com. And prior to that, LookSmart for many years doing vertical search advertising, and community content. So really excited about the convergence of some of those themes here in recruitment, and that's something we've talked about in the past. So I'm pretty pleased with some of the product announcements we've got coming out that play off that theme.
Great, and you have some product announcements here coming up, and we'll get to that in a moment. One of the things that all of these announcements are kind of encompassed by is your REAL initiative, and that's R-E-A-L. For those who don't know, talk about that initiative in general.
I'll take that. So REAL, Joel, as you know, stands for, it's an acronym for relevance, engagement, availability, and local. And we feel those are the 4 pillars of job search relevance. And so we introduced those into our job search algorithm, or introduced it as a whole new system for searching jobs earlier this year. And that was after extensive testing. And what we found was that when you go from essentially a date-ordered ranking method to this much more sophisticated ranking method that's based on roughly a decade of search research that Yahoo has done and HotJobs has and the knowledge that HotJobs has collected over those years, we found that users were engaging much more frequently and in a much deeper sense with jobs, and you were getting not only more candidates applying to jobs, but better candidates because they were able to kind of pre-select and pre-match themselves to the right jobs at the right time. And that's been critical. So what we saw in our early testing of it was that we were getting over 25% more applicants per job, and what we've seen since is actually more than that. It compounds on itself. It's a very virtuous cycle as you get both the employers and the job seekers kind of learning this new system and understanding the right behaviors within it. It's grown on itself, and it's doing really well. We're hearing very good results.
When we first talked about the algorithm search, we talked a little bit about spamming the results and stuffing keywords. And I know there's been a few examples out there. How is that more than you thought? Less? Met your expectations? Are you attacking spam pretty effectively, or how is that going so far?
We're really happy with how it's going. I would say, you know, spam is a common problem across any kind of search experience. I would say that we've always been probably a little more fortunate just because it's a paid-only database, and so you've got you've got a certain kind of incentive there to or rather a filter there that helps, I think, clean up a lot of things that go on in maybe web search where there's basically free to get in, and so therefore a lot more spam potential. In our case, we've used the REAL algorithm. We've also been collecting feedback from users. We let them kind of flag potentially spam-related job listings, and that combination has helped a ton. So, pretty happy with it.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, the proof's kind of in the pudding, right? Yeah, it's a closed database, paid database. The proof's in the pudding, and then we're getting, more than 25% increase in click-throughs on actual jobs. When we first talked about this ages ago, I laughed because it seemed like the prior, so across this industry, the way many of the job search rankings would come back, it's like a LIFO system. Whoever put the last job in is going to show up on the top, and that's a terrible user experience. If anything that we've shown at Yahoo and some of our competitors in the broader search market have shown is relevance matters. And we're just incredibly pleased to leverage all of the research that Yahoo had done in the search world, apply that to the job space, put a little bit of our special sauce around careers on top of that into the algorithm, and see such fantastic results.
There was another recent release, your product Hot Hired. I want to make sure I get that clear. There are a few other Not Hired or some other sites, so it's Hot Hired is the product.
Hot Hired.
And I would explain it as kind of an automated matching system, but I'm sure one of you two or both of you could explain it much more thoroughly. So tell us about Hot Hired.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Hot Hired, Joel, is it's an instantaneous recommendation of the best matching candidates to a job as that job's posted to HotJobs. So why that's exciting, why employers are really liking that product is because it offers them immediacy. So for hard to fill or just kind of urgent to fill roles, you're getting kind of instant access to great candidates from our resume database. In addition to that, it gives you exposure to just a different pool of candidates. We call them the kind of semi-passive or kind of passively active candidates, whatever you want to say, but they're folks jobs or they've recently updated their resume, but at the same time they're not yet or have yet to find this job in the database, and so therefore you're getting candidates in front of the recruiters immediately. So we're getting great results, and particularly you're hearing about folks who are trying to find real needles in the haystack in terms of somebody with skills and a location near where the job is, and they're having trouble on other sites finding that candidate. They upload their job and immediately, bam, they're getting a dozen great recommended candidates from Hot Hire, and they're placing employees with it. So really excited about that. It's an add-on product to the job post or the job slot product. It's got resume view credits that you can use across multiple jobs, so very flexible in kind of how you might use it. So you can get kind of a Hot Hire add-on and then view resumes across several of your jobs. And several of your recruiting colleagues can kind of share those credits across each other. So very flexible for that medium.
So it's a per view kind of system.
Per view.
What is the cost on that?
So good question. We've got a few different levels. The kind of base level is $250 per month for 50 views per month.
Okay.
No rollover minutes.
No rollover minutes. Good.
What's also interesting about, I think, the Hot Hire is we've had a product in the market for over a year called Job Recommender, and that was more for the job seeker, where they would go use matching technology to help find jobs that would match their interests, and we saw great engagement and success with that for job seekers. And we started thinking about this in terms of the flip side, right? How can you do the same thing? You leverage kind of the reverse matching technology for recruiters and candidate recommendations. Those were the early kind of seeds and thoughts that evolved into Hot Hire.
Right, and it's I think important to note because the automatic matching stuff is kind of hot in our industry. You see a lot of startups, and it's important to note that this system doesn't change how you post a resume or how you post a job. Whereas a lot of other systems, it's a fairly lengthy profile, or posting your job is kind of laborious. This doesn't change how people use HotJobs at all today.
Not at all.
Good.
And it plays off of the real relevance framework, because the better you've created a job in terms of real, the more accurate and the more robust those recommendations are going to be, because we're working off of kind of a scan of that job and a scan of the resume, doing document matching, which is it's pretty hardcore computer science, but if you're following our real principles, you're going to get much better results. So there's that whole environment that we're creating around relevance.
Right. Well, it's good that you're leveraging those geeks.
Yeah.
For HotJobs. Let's get to the big announcement, and I'll just kind of let you guys announce it and explain exactly what is going on with the new launch.
Sure. I'll kind of give a brief description, and Kevin can talk about the specifics of the actual products. Today we announced the launch of Yahoo HotJobs Smart Ads, as well as premium company profiles. The Yahoo HotJobs Smart Ads, I think the best way to think about that is taking job listings and turning those into display advertisements, and then targeting those, putting those across the Yahoo network and targeting them towards candidates who would be, or just passive job seekers who are serving across the Yahoo network, who by either information that they have given us or by their online behavior, we can actually target those ads directly to them. It's really an offshoot of Yahoo Smart Ads, which were launched in 2007, which again were targeted ads to give very specific offers. Originally Yahoo Smart Ads to give very specific offers to customers who match certain profiles. This is a logical extension of that in the recruiting space, and I think, frankly, we're seeing results in our preliminary with our pilots that are even exceeding what Yahoo Smart Ads had done before, and I think that's again not surprising. You're pushing job listings, so a listings product, a classifieds type product, putting it right in front of a user, so that they don't have to go and find it. You're actually just hitting them when they are reading an article in Yahoo News or Yahoo Finance.
Now, a lot of people in employment, when they hear display ad, I think they automatically think newspaper, 2/4 inch, whatever. Are we in online terms? What are we talking about when we say display ad? Or when you say display ad?
So display advertisements can be all kinds of shapes and sizes, but they are as you look across Yahoo and or other places, New York Times, other sites. They would be the advertisements that may be at the top or on the side or at the bottom, but they're the way I think about it is they're kind of placed. We try to place them in context as best possible, and make sure that they, the Yahoo HotJobs Smart Ads in particular, serve up a listing for a job listing that would be relevant. I'll give you an example. Someone's reading Yahoo Technology, and they're reading an article about the latest product release from Sun Microsystems, right? We can post jobs. We can actually, with Yahoo HotJobs Smart Ads, we can actually put what jobs that Sun Microsystems may have that are, and we know this person lives in the Bay Area, so we can post those jobs that may be located in the Bay Area for Sun, for someone who's reading that article.
So is it fair to say that these are more textual?
HP could actually, if somebody's reading a Sun article and HP is hiring, they may choose to say, yeah, these are the kind of folks that I would like to see my jobs.
Gotcha. So are these text-based ads or image-based ads?
They're image-based ads with a text listing in them.
Okay. So where would the image come from? I mean, do you work with the client to get creative from them?
Yep.
Yeah, I can take that. So it's one of the more interesting parts of it is display ads have traditionally been for branding, and occasionally for kind of trying to convert a user into some action. But what these present is the ability to deliver a brand via images in the ad, but also put dynamic content right in front of the user as if they were searching for it. So there's that combination of immediate performance from seeing the job, being able to click through on that job and apply to it, but also be able to deliver that in a really visually compelling format that has your employment brand prominently profiled. So we've designed templates where the company logo, the hiring company's logo is prominently displayed. The listings are there, and so if you took a kind of what we often call in the industry an LREC, which is a large rectangle ad, very creative name, you can display big company logo across the top, 4 to 5 jobs and their location kind of in the center of the ad, and then brought to you by Yahoo HotJobs would be kind of a little link at the bottom there. All these things click through to either the jobs or the company's premium company profile, and so from that you get the ability to kind of get a lot of brand in front of people, and you get your actual jobs in front of people in an area that has never really seen that kind of dynamic, personalized content ever before.
Right. And are your newspaper partners part of this network, or is it just Yahoo at large? Is the newspapers as well?
Yes, in two ways. Newspapers, we are hosting hundreds. There's so many, I've lost the number. We're hosting co-branded recruitment websites for over 600 newspapers, as Jenny mentioned, and so any user coming from those sites will be seeing these ads potentially on the co-branded websites, and then depending on the status of the newspaper consortium member and where they are in their kind of implementation stage, they may be showing ads that are served by Yahoo around the rest of their newspaper websites, and then their sales forces are able to sell these, in some cases, sell these products. It depends on the status.
Great. Well, let's talk about the profile pages, which is also part of the big release,
Great.
unless I missed something on the smart ads that you wanted to add.
No, I think
Okay,
covered
let's
it.
go to
No,
profile
it's,
pages.
I mean, the only thing I'd add on smart ads is we're seeing orders of magnitude improvement in click-through rates and conversion rates. So it is and that's very consistent with what we saw with the rollout of Yahoo smart ads last year for different retail customers that we had. So that, to Kevin's point about this combination of brand with a call to action that's not a game or something like that. It's actual, like almost like search results. Putting that in context and targeted has been a real breakthrough in terms of
Relevancy.
It matters.
Key
It
word.
matters.
Good.
Well, so I'll start off with premium company profiles and have Kevin kind of add to it. We looked across the Yahoo network and saw all the fantastic pieces of content that we have across Yahoo that have been built up, and came to kind of the realization, which is not rocket science, that a lot of this would be fantastic for companies to be able to put in one place and help to establish their recruitment brand. So things like Yahoo Finance covers all these public companies, and we have articles that are related or that are specific to certain companies. We get news feeds from companies. We have Yahoo Answers, and often questions are asked about specific companies, and Yahoo Answers is a huge reservoir of questions and answers. And so our thought was, why not pull all of this together and offer this to companies as a place that they can plant their flag, so that job seekers can get a better sense of that company. In a sense, the employers can build their recruitment brand and tell the stories about their company. And then the pages also would obviously include all of the jobs that they have posted on HotJobs. And so that was the whiteboarding exercise, which ended up turning out to be premium company profiles.
Now, if a company wants a profile and wants to add all these kind of whiz-bang things, how would they go about doing that today?
So I'll take that. So we, if a client's working with us through one of our sales representatives, they'd say that they want the premium company profile, and then we work with them to take from the menu of kind of what we call modules, content modules that we can offer through this premium company profile. We work with them to say which ones do you want to select. Currently we have, I think, about 8 different modules that would show up on the right-hand column of your premium company profile, and you can select any number of those, and then you get to customize them more deeply. So you say, I'd like to make sure that we have articles from our, kind of VP of HR who's an expert in the field. Her articles could be appearing in an RSS feed module on the premium company profile. You could say, these are the top 4 jobs that we just must hire for right now. Those can be featured as a module. Yahoo Answers can be brought in. Yahoo's Flickr content can be brought in, and then you can work on kind of customizing what's inside of those modules as well. So if you create a special Flickr tag for employees to take pictures of their decorated cubes, their cubicles, you could have that module just pull Flickr photos from that special tag, and then you'd be giving potential job seekers a real sense of what it's like to work at a company, that it's a fun, lively environment, not cubicle hell as some places might be. And so those kinds of things add that level of personality and authenticity to your message of what it's like to work at a given company.
Is video part of the option?
Video is an option.
If someone has a YouTube video, can they do that, or does it have to be Yahoo supported?
It's fine. No, yeah, we can take a number of different videos, and there's an embedded player in the page that would play right there in the context of this profile, and so we've got a number of those types of videos.
Is there any video integration into the job search portion of HotJobs today, or any plans to do that in the future? If not,
There is none today. we are looking at that as an option. What we were hearing most from the market was job seekers and employers wanted the ability to have videos of what it's like to work at a company. That's kind of been the big demand, because that's the big question mark in a lot of people's minds, and that's what employers are investing a lot into, really nice videos profiling what it's like to work at a company. You can go to the Yahoo Inc. premium company profile and see a video there. We have a great video that literally starts with you arriving for an interview at Yahoo, and it's very authentic. It's exactly what you go through. Get a cup of Yahoo's famous free coffee, and then kind of go through the rest of the campus, and you see things like our kind of crazy data center, and you can see kind of people getting their new hire orientation, and so on and so forth. So it's a great way to see, if you're thinking about working at Yahoo, what it would be like, and that's right there on the company profile as you're looking at the real jobs that might match your interests. So that's the appeal of this.
Great. We'll cover that and maybe get some screenshots so our viewers can see some actual examples of what profiles look like. Last question. We're here at SHRM, and you guys are throwing a party tonight. I want to hear about the party, but I also want to hear about how you guys come about formulating the party, because it's very competitive.
It is.
And I couldn't imagine even contemplating it unless I had something really big going on or whatnot. So tell us about the party and kind of how you go about differentiating yourself from the other parties, or how that discussion happens at Yahoo.
Well, the best person to speak to this would be Susan Bobeda, who is our head of marketing, whose team planned the party and has done a fantastic job. I would tell you a couple things. One, we have an ace in the hole in that, in the face of Career Builder, this being their backyard, our ace in the hole is that Susan used to work at Leo Burnett and spent many years here, so she knows the city like the back of her hand as well. That's helpful. I think what also has helped us is last year we had a just fantastic party in Las Vegas, and I think if I based on the number of accepted invites that we have received back, I would say that party must have had a lot of momentum and positive buzz, because we've had over 1,000 acceptances to our party, the House of Blues, tonight. And I think it's easy to throw a good party. I think that the bigger challenge is if you're one of the attendees, how do you try to hit spend as little amount of time as possible at all the other ones, and then finish your night at the HotJobs party.
Fair enough. So tell us about the party. We know it's at the House of Blues.
Sure. So it's at the House of Blues, and if you can call it a theme between SHRMs, we try to go for a very authentic experience. Last year we were at Tao, which is this very popular among the Hollywood glitterati, a nightclub, and we went with kind of a celebrity theme there. This year, House of Blues, you can't get much more authentic for Chicago, and we have a great band playing, Aphrodisiac, which is a great local cover band, 70s cover band. And our parties are about just having a great time. They feature every year a yodeling contest on stage with members, with attendees from the crowd coming up and doing their best yodeling renditions, the famous Yahoo yodel. And there's a variety of winners. I think we give different awards for different entrants, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's the kind of party where we're not satisfied until everybody's on the dance floor.
Good deal.
I think it's reflective of the Yahoo and HotJobs brands.
Yes.
Good deal. Well, thanks, guys. We always appreciate you sitting down and letting us know what's going on at HotJobs. And enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joel.
You bet.